I am sure sports. You know me there. I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
William Day Memorial High School D-Cup Alumni presents its third annual fundraising barbecue on Memorial Day, May 30th, 2022. Wear your favorite jersey to Wilsonwood Park in Mount Vernon, New York. Remember to take exit 12 off the Hutchinson River Parkway. Music by DJ Mad Max of Sound 1000. Proceeds to aid the William Day High School Costa Cup team. For more information, contact Keegan 304-607-4034. Our Codfish at 954-639-2991. Proud of people, it's important. Remember, make sure say Ono did that.
All right. Greetings. This is going once, going twice, going thrice, 3 times. Uno, dos, tres. This is the third show for the day. And as the show goes on, the shows get better and better and better. We had a wonderful. Well, we have been having a wonderful day in terms of the content that we have been putting out today. We had Mr. Christopher Hill, international player manager or athlete manager. We had top coach, Mr. Brian Wallace, Jamaican, former Camperdown player, coached in China and is now in the States. And now we have one of the all-time good coaches at the schoolboy level in particular, or the youth level, I should say, Mr. Alfred Henry. Yes, he's going to be on the show with us today. It promises to be a very interesting one. Yes. And so we come on and join us and be a part of it, right? Be a part of it. It's good. I know it's 3 times, but don't worry. It will be worth it after all. I'm telling you. Yes, indeed. Yeah, man. So tell somebody about it. Let them know that we are on again, and go back and watch what we have done before. Let me big up our sponsors. Yes, our sponsors today are Launch Legacy, where they handle risk and seek legacy for all your personal, yes, people, for all your personal insurance needs in Canada and the USA. Visit them at launchlegacy.com or call or text them at 647 989 0782. All right. Also, want to say a big thank you to Prestige Finance, lending a helping hand when you need it most. Prestige Finance. Right now, people, yes, right now, they have $100,000 out there waiting on you to pick it up. So go visit them. Let them know you heard about them from I Am Sure Sports. And here is the good news. Low interest rate. And not only that, uh, yep, low interest rate, 0 to 4%. That is. Not only that, but guess what, my people? No processing fee. Same day processing. All right. So check them out and let me know what you have to say. All right. Bam. All right. So welcome to all our viewers and subscribers. Want to thank you. Big up Jarvis, one of the faithful ones, always out here supporting the content, supporting the work. Listen, Fresh God, always up and running, up and gunning, always here helping us out on the platform. Really appreciate that. And to all of you out there, thank you so much. All right. So we're gonna have a conversation with yeah, oh, Coach Alfred Clark. Listen, just to let you know as well that uh, our team captain, yes, Miss Khadija Bonishaw, she's the captain of the female senior team. She has been nominated for the Player of the Month. So she really having a good season over there in England, right? She bagged 5 goals in 3 league games, including a quadruple, yes, in a 7-2 thrashing of Brighton and Hove Albion in the WSL over there in the in England. So congratulations to Khadija Bonishaw for being nominated, yes, for Player of the Month. Also want you to know that the U20 team, I think today they had their last session as they break for the players who are in the JPL to go back and be a part of their club teams for this weekend round of JPL games. And I'm almost, I'm telling you people, there are some other players who are coming in to make the final squad, and the prospects look good for this U20 team, right? I would have preferred if we had assembled the squad way before, so they would have been in preparation. But at least we see, a slow progression in terms of preparation for the upcoming qualifiers that they have to play. So hope they can, this time, oh my Lord. So far, we have a failed senior men's campaign. We have a failed U20 campaign on the female side. We have a failed U17 campaign also on the female side. And so we have the female senior team, still in with a shot to qualify. They seem to be the best prospects of us having any World Cup this time around. And also, we have the U17, the U20, yeah, the U20 team, yep, will be heading out for their qualifiers, and later in the year we will have the U17s trying to qualify. All right. So, yep. So there you go, people. That's it out there in terms of sporting news. But let me tell you again, I am a little bit disappointed in the fact that our U20 team were knocked out. I think we must be wise in terms of our preparation. Right? We must be wise in our preparation. Our primary objective, people, is to qualify for tournament. We must qualify for tournament. And we must, before we enter tournament, look at the easiest and the best path to get to the tournament itself. We cannot enter a tournament and want to play and beat the top teams if it is not absolutely necessary. What do I mean by that, people? We could have avoided the USA in the quarterfinals, and many people were knocking me. I don't want to boost egos by beating the USA in the quarterfinal, because more often than not, the USA on the male and on the female side has the better of Jamaica. Therefore, if I have a pathway that causes me to avoid the USA, then I'm going to take that path. Call me scared. Call me running away. But that's the path I'm going to take to qualify. So for the U20s, I want to talk to the coaches out there. Want to talk to the management and the leadership. Look at the path that can help you to avoid the Mexicos and the USAs. And if the only way to get there is to play them, then that's fine. But if you can get to the World Cup by avoiding them, then do it. It is the wisest thing to do. Yeah, call me scared, Robert Sanchez. But listen, call me scared. If I don't need to play them now, why? And people are telling me that the girls are confident that they can beat USA. And I am glad that they're confident, but I never believed, because I don't think we are at that level to beat the USA. Not only that, but our team was inadequately prepared. The young ladies on the USA team, they have been in camps and training. Even during the pandemic, when we were on lockdowns, those girls were playing games. So they're ahead of us in our preparation. Some of these young ladies on the Jamaica team, they have not played any football for a year and a half. So we should have created or devised a plan that took them down the easiest path. All right. But be that as it may, listen, we're going to have a big Champions League show. Yes. And that will be coming up on the platform before the Champions League, of course. We'll be having some trying to find some Manchester City, not Manchester City fans, but some Real Madrid fans. Yes, I'm trying to find some Real Madrid fans who, yes, can come on and, discuss the prospects of Real Madrid going up against Liverpool. It will be interesting to see how that will end up. A lot of people have already written off Real Madrid. I will say this: Real Madrid always finds a way. They are one of these cup teams. But who am I going with? Liverpool, of course. I don't think Real Madrid has enough to stop this Liverpool team. And I don't think the kind of freedom their forwards had when they played against Manchester City. They are not going to enjoy that against Liverpool with Trent Alexander-Arnold and and Robertson on the other side. I don't think they're going to be able to use your speed. So Liverpool it is for me. Right? But if you are a Real Madrid fan and you would like to be on that show to banter the Liverpool fans, let me know. I'm happy for Liverpool because I have an assignment for them. I am sending Liverpool on special assignment this Saturday at around 1:45. Yes, I have a special request for Liverpool, a team that is very dear to my heart when Arsenal is not playing. Liverpool, that is a quality team with a quality coach that I think should have come to Arsenal. But Arsenal didn't take him when he wanted to. He ended up at Liverpool. He should have replaced Arsene Wenger before Arsene Wenger's last year. I'm telling you, good coach. So I have a special assignment for them, and it's a special but simple, and that is to ensure that they defeat Conte's side, Tottenham Hotspurs, by 3-0. If you want to win me over Liverpool, defeat Tottenham by 3-0. That would help you, Liverpool, and that would help me, Arsenal, that is. So please, do the work, Liverpool. Do the dirt. Do the job. And maybe you'll win a fan over. Yes, it would serve every single Jamaican female team well if they stayed away from the US. Yes, listen, I so agree with you, Robert. I don't know why we believe, and sometimes I don't understand. I don't understand why we believe that we have to, why do we need? We didn't have to play the USA. Like, what is it? We don't have anything to prove. United States is a better female team than Jamaica at U20s, U17, and the senior team. They are the number one female nation in terms of football. And that has been for a while. Why would we choose a path to play them? I cannot figure out the logic. Our job wasn't to beat the USA. We went there not to beat the USA. We went there to qualify for the World Cup. It wasn't to go there and to show how good we are by tying with Canada. It matters not. We should have allowed Canada to beat us. Arrested some of the players. Because we'd have still qualified. We had 3 points, and it was highly unlikely that we would not have qualified. 3 teams were coming out of the zone. 3 teams. Yes. Before Klopp went to Liverpool, yes, Arsenal had an interest in him. But Arsene Wenger was given, remember 2 seasons in a row, Arsene Wenger was given extensions. I am being sternly warned to come off the Anfield wagon, please. I'm only hopping on for around 1:45 this Saturday when they take off Tottenham, sir. It's a short trip. It's just a short trip. After this, you can throw me off. I just want to hop on for this weekend. For this weekend. Yeah. People, what is happening with Chelsea? Oh my Lord. Chelsea is in turmoil. I hope they can work out a pathway because this ongoing conflict in Europe don't seem like it's going to end, and I don't see how Chelsea is going to operate if that conflict doesn't end. All right, my guest was here with me, and he has disappeared. So let me make sure that everything is fine. People, just let Malinsman work a little magic here to hear from our guest. Guest is here, so here we go.
Here we go.
1, 2.
1, 2.
All right, there's
All
a
right,
feedback.
there's a feedback.
So I'm going to
So
ask you,
I'm going to ask you
to sign out.
to sign out.
And sign back in a
Sign
same
back
probably
in a
because you
same
answer
probably
the
because you
phone or
answer the
something.
phone or something.
All right, so leave and then come back.
Yeah, leave and then come
Yeah,
back.
leave and then come back.
All right.
Yeah, so our guest will be back on. Bless up Tyrone Williams. Fitzroy Duncan, the man over on Facebook. Bless up. Yeah, man. What team did you support before you were a Gunner fan? Liverpool, of course. I was a Liverpool fan, man.
All that look.
All right, wonderful. Everything is good. All right, there you go, people. So, Coach Alfred Henry, welcome, finally. We should have a big drum
Finally,
roll.
yeah, man.
Ding, 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 ding.
Coming out of isolation, you know?
Yeah, well, not isolation. We call it self-imposed exile.
Yeah, you know. Continue.
Yeah, man. So good to have you. First, let me express my satisfaction and my joy in having you on I Am Sure Sports to share your journey in the sport with us. So we should have started. So I'm going to give you the floor for those persons who they just see Florida State and they're thinking is that you are at Florida State right now. I want you to talk to them and share with them, just your journey and your coaching exploits, because I've heard from so many coaches and people that you need to share the story. So go ahead and I will be silent and listen attentively.
Well, to begin, it's good being here. I've watched a couple of the shows and I find it interesting. Think you're doing a good job. So I decided I would come out of isolation. And for those people thinking Florida State is just one of my players, they usually give it shirts. You know, all the players who got scholarships and play for different clubs. What they'll do as soon as they transfer from a club or go to a school, they would send me a shirt, a souvenir. Like Junior Flemings, I have so many shirts of him because every time I move from one club, he would send a shirt for me. You know, so that's a Florida State. I'm not coaching. I've been coaching since 2013. My last coaching assignment was World Cup final 2013 versus Wolmer's, I think. And
was it 2013 or 12?
2012. Yeah, it should be 12. Yeah. So long ago, I can't remember. So since then, I'm back in New Jersey, just working my regular. I'm not teaching or anything like that anymore. I'm writing now with a company, and that's what I'm doing, taking it easy.
Taking it easy. All right, listen, I don't know if you want to start from the front end and then get all the way to the back, meaning talk to us about from 2012 at JC backwards, or you want to go from the beginning, where it all started for you in terms of coaching and come up back to that JC time.
That's a long time because actually I started coaching when I was at Meadowbrook. I was coaching at Meadowbrook. When I was in fifth form, I was coaching the coach team. But coaching wasn't something that I really wanted to do, because to begin with, I didn't like football. And even though I'm not really a good fan of football, I'm really a cricket person. And those people who know me well will tell you that I wasn't a football person. I was really lured into football by James Henry, who he used to play and I used to follow him around when I was growing up. I grew up in different places. I moved around so much, but everywhere I went, there was always sports. So I tried to do everything. Because if I could jump a little bit, I have been at JC from 85. I left when I came back 2005, and I coached 4 sports there. And I coached 4 sports at JC: table tennis, the cricket, football, and I meddle into the track a little bit. But it's basically cricket that I usually play. So I started out playing cricket at Boys Town. A lot of people didn't know that I'm a Boys Town person, but I actually grew up at different places in the Trenchtown, Jonestown, Wilton Garden areas. I was living on Albert Street when I was going by. I was going St. Albans Primary. So I used to just go over to Boys Town.
Okay.
Yes. I went to St. Albans for a while.
For some reason, why do I get the feeling? Why do I get the feeling you're from somewhere in Duane Park, Marvelly, somewhere in that
I'm from Marvelly. I'm from Marvelly.
Oh.
What happened is I started at St. Albans, primary. And I stayed there for a while until I moved up to 9th Street. That is in Trenchtown. 99th Street. 99th Street to be exact. And then we moved from 9th Street to Marvelly. As a matter of fact, I was at Marvelly first. I was born in Marvelly. 65 Denver Crescent to be exact. Then we moved downtown to Albert Street, 9th Street, and then we moved back to Marvelly, which is the same Denver Crescent, but this time at 21 Denver Crescent. Most people remember Denver Crescent as Tamarind Turn, and a very place called Tamarind. It was really an open land. We would play every sport you can think of. We played there seasonally. Track and field, cricket. I played cricket with some.
What's it called? Tamarind Turn?
Tamarind Turn, yeah, in Marvelly. Okay. That's where I grew up.
Okay.
And I spent most of my time in Marvelly. I went to Marvelly School now. And even when I was going to Marvelly School, I moved temporarily to a place in Clarendon, Spalding. And I went to Spalding School for a while, for a year, until a teacher there decided she was going to flag me, and I just went back to town. So I couldn't take the beating. And I came back to Denver Crescent, and I grew up in Marvelly until I moved to Yundon Avenue, which is just adjacent to Marvelly.
Right.
And I lived at Yundon since 1974 until this day.
Okay.
And in terms of school, it was St. Albans, Marvelly, and a little bit at Spalding. And then I went to Grantham College.
Oh, Meadowbrook?
I went to Grantham first.
Okay.
I was at Grantham College for 2 years playing private secondary. Football and cricket.
That school don't exist again?
It doesn't exist anymore, no.
Okay.
We still have an alumni going, but it's not existing school. So there this is where my cricket went back into good mode when I was Grantham, because when I went there, we had some good cricketers. Richard Astin has just left Grantham. I went to Stats, but he usually come back and help us with our training. So I spent the time with Richard Astin, Everett Samuels, Raphael Chantilou.
Probably is why you ended up at Boys Town.
No, he was from Fletcher Diner, because I actually grew up. My sister and my mom, she had a shop in down by near to 9th Street. Really, 9th Street. It was on 9th Street. It was a lane.
Okay.
I still live in the lane. So that's where I played at Boys Town. He used to live close to what is his name now? Sonny Levy. You know, Sonny Levy. So I've been always around cricketers.
Okay, so because I see Mikey Ballin saying that big up Freddie Hitchcock.
Well, Mikey Ballin is a Meadowbrook person.
Oh,
his brother was a goalkeeper at Meadowbrook before I started keeping goal.
And
at
he said Meadowbrook Sunlight Cup 79 cricket captain led them to the semi-finals against KC.
Yes, KC. Yeah, I captained that. It was the 1980 team. We played against us KC team with Marlon Tucker and Wayne Lewis and all of those.
Okay,
so I was captain of that team.
Okay, and then Ishmael saying that you went to Meadowbrook with Tony Reynolds.
Yes, Tony came there and saw me. I went there 77. Tony came 79, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was a journey from Meadowbrook. To Meadowbrook from Grantham, because at Grantham I won the All Island cricket title, football title, track and field title at Grantham. But I really went to Grantham because of Kirkwood Brown from Marvel, Jackie. They call him Jackie.
Okay.
Kirkwood Brown left Marvel School. I went to Grantham and he was doing good there. But it so happened again as when I reached Grantham, Jackie had left to Arden. There was no playing Manning Cup at Arden, so I was at Grantham by myself again. And then I went to Meadowbrook, where I started playing under Devon Jeffrey and the Manning Cup. Yeah.
All right. So like first official team your coach was in fifth form, your coach, your Colts team. When you finished school, what team were you, like the first team that your coach as a football coach, and what made you make the transition from cricket into coaching football?
Well, it wasn't a transition. I was doing both. But the first team that I coached was my own team. I formed that team. We'll call ourselves the UNN Juvenile. UNN Juvenile.
You're the actual founder of that UNN Juvenile team.
Yeah, I started it when I just left high school. I started in 1980 when I left high school. I graduated. As a matter of fact, I captained that Meadowbrook Sunlight team 1980. After taking an exam, I realized I didn't have anything to do really. So I used to, this time I was at Pembroke. I was going to Pembroke to play minor league for Pembroke. So usually what I would do, I would just play with the big men at Pembroke. And I used to admire the coach for the Pembroke team. A man by the name of, we call him Bobby Fire, but his name is Richard Duquesne. He was the first person I saw coach. And I just like the way he went about coaching the team. And one evening, we used to have two goalkeepers who were playing Manning Cup and the Costa Cup. Christopher Maxwell was at Vere, and he was the goalkeeper, and along with Dave Stewart, Brody, Calabar.
Brody from Calabar?
Yes, he's my good friend until this day. So what happened is Brody and Chris, they used to switch each game, like the coach would let Brody keep the home game, Chris would keep the away games and so like that.
Okay.
But it so happened that both of them made the All Manning team and the All the Costa team. One was keeping All Man, was keeping All the Costa. So one evening I went there and I started just keeping goal for them for the training session. And I was leaving and Alan Magnus' brother, Donovan Magnus, called him Maya.
Yeah.
Patrick Tweets. They called me and said, "You'd come here." And when I went, they tell me that I must follow them. I must come to the stadium with them the following day because they have a major league game. And Chris Brady wasn't available. So I would be keeping. So when I went to the stadium, I said, this can't be real because I didn't start playing Manning Cup or anything. I didn't start going to Meadowbrook or anything like that. And they threw me into it was against Harborview too. But I wasn't the keeper, I was on the bench.
Okay.
It was against Harborview in 77, just before I started Manning Cup. Players like John Pierce and big when I said the big
DV Hills was there them time.
He was the keeper.
Yeah.
We beat them that night. We beat them 1-0 that night.
Who beat them? That's Pembroke?
Pembroke, yeah.
Pembroke beat Harborview? Okay.
Harborview 1-0. was Pregs, if you know Pregs, Leslie Thompson, kick a free kick from about half line and Pato Twist jump and shadow DV.
And score a
No,
DV here.
Pato
I
jump
need
and
to
shadow
talk to
him
him and
and
tell
it
him about
went
that, you
in.
know. As soon as I finish this, I'm going to call him and remind him of that goal.
Yeah, about half line, Pregs kick it from and Pato shadow him and it drop inside and we win the game 1-0. So from that, I see Bobby Fire coaching and say, boy, this thing, coaching thing, I just like how his coaching was. It was friendly, the players enjoy him, and it was like he was a part of the team. He's not the coach, but everybody respond to him. So I say I like the coaching. So when I was at Meadowbrook, I was playing Manning Cup. I didn't know, and there were other goalkeepers in the school. The house team, I didn't play house football because we had a good goalkeeper in the house, and I didn't keep house football, I didn't keep farm football, nothing. So I had time. So I started working with the Colts team as the assistant coach, and most of the time I was coaching the team.
Yes.
And then when I left school now, I realized that I didn't have anything to do. I didn't know what my GCE result would be like. So I was wondering what I'm going to do. So I started the Union Juvenile Football Club now.
Okay.
With just my nephews and some other members, those people who live on the street, Union Avenue. And that grew into something remarkable. Because at one point, just before I migrated to California in 1989, we have the best under 20 players in the country. People didn't know that.
Really? Who are some of those players?
Because Wayne Palmer, I'm going to have the bigger one. Wayne Palmer, Errol Atkins, Martin Campbell, Tweeder Reed, Devon Reed, Douglas Freckleton, and to go on and on. But the team that was good now was the team with my nephew Ligo Smith. I don't even know him.
Ligo? Oh, Ligo is a nephew?
That's my nephew, yeah. Because at the time I have all my nephews. We have people like my other nephew, O'Neal Smith, bigger.
Oh, bigger? But is it bigger is small, man? Young?
Bigger is younger, you know. It's younger than Ligo. Ligo is the fourth one. But I have some other nephews like Richard Smith. As a matter of fact, 1 point, four of my nephews were starting in our Wadada Premier League team.
Yeah.
4 of them started. It was Donovan Smith, Leroy Smith, O'Neal Smith, and Blue, which is Rowan Smith. And when I left Jamaica now, my Union Juvenile team, people who play on the under-20 team with Chongfa, 8 of them starting on team, national team with Chongfa. So between me and Blinks, I don't know Blinks from Marvelly, is Dennis Duncan.
Yeah, man, I know Dennis. I don't know it. I don't know him personally, but I know the name.
Yeah, we have the best. When they talk about people like, we talk about play with our Leo Smith, Carl, Corey. What's Corey name again? Campbell, Carl Campbell. We have Kevin Eldemeyer, Nathaniel Barnes.
Oh, you are.
Fabian Watkins.
See him right here. Man is man. Big respect to that man, Mr. Alfred Rennie, my youth coach at UNN Juvenile. A man that played a major part in my youth development.
Christopher Dawes was there too. Dawes. Yeah, all of those players came through UNN Juvenile that people don't even know, because one time I boast and tell people that I am probably one of the only coach in Jamaica who coach a West Indies cricket captain, a gold medalist at the World Champion, Jimmy Adams.
You have to give us the name. A West Indies cricket captain. Who is that?
Jimmy Adams. I coach Jimmy Adams at JC.
At JC, true.
I coach Sherilyn Phillips, who have a gold medal at the World Championship. And I coach Christopher Dawes, who play in the World Cup. So, you know, I've been over the place doing all kind of things, but you know,
yeah, that's
one of those things.
Oh, wow. That's some important information. Jimmy,
I don't know if any other coach have done that.
Yeah. Whoa,
you know?
whoa. So
So
what
it just
did the UNN juvenile team win any competition during that time?
no, because you know what happened? We couldn't play because Marvel was already playing as a minor league team, so we couldn't play in the minor league. So
Ah,
we were operating more like an academy. But what
oh,
happened now is in 1988, I moved all my players to Medieval. And I coached the Medieval minor league team
oh,
to the minor
that's
league
no when you join up with Wagga.
Wagga. Yeah, because Wagga, you know,
Oh,
Wagga and I used to move real close, was probably one of my best friends between him and Aleman at the time.
Liebert,
So, you know,
Liebert. Okay,
Liebert, yes. Because I learned a lot from both of them and we share ideas and so on. So I
yeah,
moved
man.
the players to
Let me just
you and
answer
then
this person. Yes, on his bigger summit, he's a manager at Harborview now,
Harborview.
Dre. Yeah. Fabian is saying, Coach, how me just know we both went to St. Albion Primary. He didn't know that.
Yeah, man, I didn't say no, Alfred. But that was one of the better players. I tell you, hard working Fabian, man. Play any position.
Fabian a good man. I buck up see win the Manning Cup up for Excelsior.
Yeah, Fabian. No, Fabian don't leave him, man. Fabian is my boy.
Yeah, man. Okay, so you move your UNN juvenile
To Medieval.
to Medieval.
Because Marvel was suspended.
Did you coach Boris Johnson?
Yeah, Barris, you know, it was only, I spoke to Barris recently. Barris, I tell you, Barris and Errol Atkins are probably two most improved footballer I ever coached. Because when Barris came to you and then he couldn't play. And I keep shifting him from position to position until he ended up at left back. And when Barris was another one who made that Jamaica team.
Yeah,
Make it to the 8th. Those are the 8 players. Those are the 8 players I can't remember who played for the Union, for the Jamaica team from Union. 8 of them at the same time. Fabian can confirm that. So, you know, have them and we just play football until we got Medieval. And we won the minor league in 88 when I coached them. I coached Medieval. That was the first time Medieval win a championship. I coached them in 88.
And that was minor league.
Minor league. That first cup I ever won.
Who you beat in the finals?
Union Gardens with Blacker Boyd and Blake and all of those people.
Oh. Okay. So that's UNN juvenile. And then when you left UNN, you actually went to Calabar.
No, I used to live near Calabar, is near to UNN, so I used to go over by Calabar. That's where we used to train.
Okay.
We practice at Calabar because the principal of Calabar, Mr. Atkins, his wife was my principal at Marvel School. So he gave me permission to train on the school compound.
Oh.
And one of the good things about us training at Calabar was Leighton Duncan. Leighton Duncan lived behind Calabar and Tree Views. So he'd watch my guys training and he would say, you know, he just liked the way I coach them and everything. So he invited me to Cavaliers to help with his coach Cavaliers. And when he asked me to coach Cavaliers, I was still
you left Medieval and went to Cavaliers.
No, actually I didn't leave Medieval. I was still back to Medieval with a Wagga, because as long as Wagga was coaching, I was around Wagga. Okay. You know, we were like partners. But at this time I was at Michael. I was going to Michael College now.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to see like how the coaching progression went. So from UNN juvenile to Medhaven. And
then I migrated in the following year.
You migrated?
Yeah, in '89 I migrated to California. So I was in California for 3 years, where I coach a team down there by the name of Ashanti Football Club, who played in California. I coached them for 2 years, and then I moved to Jersey. And when I moved to Jersey, I started a club by the name of East Orange Strikers. And we used to play in the Garden State Football League. We went to the final 2 years straight and we didn't win. We lost in the finals 2 years straight.
To who?
With East Orange Strikers in the Garden State.
No, man, I'm asking who you lost in the finals to.
It's a team named New Jersey Colombians. Set of Colombians. We lost to them.
And then they came back to Jamaica in '92.
No, I didn't return to Jamaica until 2005. But between 1994 and 2005, I was coaching high school. I was coaching high school.
In the States?
A school yes, in New Jersey. A team named West Essex Regional High School. In 10 years, we won 7 state championships.
Whoa.
7 years, 7 years we won in 10 years. We lost only 3 years to win the state championship. We didn't play the nationals because most of these people were like a lot of Jews, and the nationals would play during the holidays, so they didn't want to play. So we just played state. So I was coaching here for a while, and I came back to Jamaica. 2005. Yeah. Because Mr. Forbes, Ian Forbes.
Yeah.
He grew up near me near Union Avenue. It's in Pleasanton. He grew up. So him along with John Muir. Each time I went to the pen relays, I would see them, and they would ask me for not coming back home to coach and all of that. And I would just joke it out and say, "Yeah, man, soon come back." But it wasn't. I didn't really intend on going back, you know. But then 2 years in succession, JC didn't make it to the second round of the Manning Cup. So Ian really get a little bit. He was really flustered, and he pressured me in a sense to come back to JC and coach.
In 2005.
But 2005, but I was still reluctant.
Right. Okay, so Shavan Peart, who is a past student at JC, says to heal you up. He said he played for you while he was at JC. Shavan Peart is his name.
Yes, I remember him. I'm proud of that. Yeah, so when I came,
don't worry, man. I know he wasn't good, so you don't have to hide on top. You know he wasn't good.
No, man, he must learn something from him and come JC.
All right.
So what happened? Yeah. I see a very disappointing thing happened in that legal sister who was 2 years older than him. She was living here with me and she died. So the family was in turmoil a little bit because they had lost one of their brother before her, and shortly after they lose another brother. So it's like 3 of them died in the same period. So I went home, so I would just spend some time with the family, keep my sister grounded because she was under a lot of pressure. So while I was there, Mr. Forbes came to me now and asked me if I could come up by the school, by JC. So I went up there. When I went there, was only 9 boys training the Manning Cup the evening. So I said, no. 2005. It was 9 boys training for JC Manning Cup team, which I couldn't believe. Because remember, I was at JC, probably I missed out this part. I was Bradley Stewart assistant coach.
Right.
At
when
JC.
I interviewed him, he did say that. Because he was from and he was down in that side as well. Down that.
Yeah. We lived at adjacent to each other. Bradley lived on the street behind my street.
Right.
So I used to coach it. I was Bradley assistant coach from 1985 until I migrated 89. I used to coach a Pepsi team that time with Andre Virtue and all those people. Okay. While I was assisting Bradley.
And Stuart Foley.
Yes, Donald was he didn't play Pepsi with me though. Because I think because of disciplinary reason I didn't play him.
Okay.
But he went on and played coach. So I used to say I was Bradley assistant and the goalkeeper coach and all of that. So they say I should come back, but when I was at JC, when you call Manning Cup training, you have like 100 boys coming out. So when I went back there, I said 9 boys. I couldn't believe it. So I said to Mr. Forbes, seems like you give me basket, or give me basket for care water. I can't work with 9 boys. So Mr. Virtue, Mr. Patrick Virtue.
Right. That yeah.
He Andre's father. He
yeah.
went and got the entire Cold Steve team from the previous year. And he brought the Colts team from the previous year, and I started training with mainly the Colts players. Because my first Manning Cup game back was against Excelsior, who was defending champions. And I started my entire back line were Colts players. Because we couldn't find anybody to play Monaco. So I used the Colts team. We drew that game with Excelsior, I think 1-1 down at Jarrett Park. Then we played them at JC now, return game. I think we beat them 4-1. And that was the beginning of the whole JC thing. When we start back.
Okay, in 2005. You remember that, like the first team you took at JC, who were some of the players that you can remember? Was Damian Ford there?
No, I don't remember that one. But we had some good players in it, but they weren't coming training because Kemar Daly was there.
Dada was there. Okay.
Yeah, Dada was there, and I had a connection with Dada from Medevin.
Right.
And another Medevin player was there, Del Piero Williams, Dwayne Williams, I think his name. Call him Del Piero.
Del Piero.
He was there too. And we have this guy from.
What about short man? There was a short Chris. I forget his name. He was there. Very short wingback guy.
No, he was after. No, who you talking?
He was after that.
Yeah. But we have people like Gallimore. I don't ever heard of Gallimore. He was at Cavaliers. He's from Kirk. Very good player. And we have Andrew Mendez, a central defender.
Yeah, somebody said Kafu, George, Dada.
Kafu, all those were Colts players. Kafu was what is Kafu's name again? Adrian Christian, George Smart, all of those were Colts players. They were playing both Colts and Manning Cup at the time.
Somebody said McQueen, Parchment, Tika. Naquin.
I don't remember him. Naquin. Yes. No, Naquin was afterwards.
Okay. So that was the first team, but you didn't really go far though.
We missed the semi-final by a point. We played stats and we need a draw to go through and we lost the game.
Okay.
Against stats, yeah.
So that was the beginning of the JC program, like
Yeah, it was something what I call the renaissance of JC football program, because we took it back where it used to be, because JC always have good teams, but I don't know what happened during that period when they were even to make it to the semi-final. I think one of the things what happened is that year, Arden had a good team with Priestley, and nobody used to come to JC and win. JC ground was, even when we don't have good teams, we used to win at home. And Arden came to the JC and beat JC 5-1.
Whoa.
And that was it. So Forbes did what he had to do, and I ended up back coaching the team. I didn't, as I told you, I didn't go down to stay. I just went down there to sort out my family issues.
Yeah.
So I didn't sign a contract. I didn't do anything. I was just volunteering basically to coach a team.
Okay.
And the guys I just get some really good kids, people like George Smart and I said Kafu and all those people. I couldn't really just leave them because they work hard in a short space of time I was there. They gave me all the support I needed. The JC people were behind me. And I said, let me go another year and see what happened. I still didn't sign a contract or anything because, to be honest, I've never signed a contract.
You came back in 2006 at JC?
Yes.
Okay.
And I told Mr. Forbes that the team that he showed me, they couldn't win the Manning Cup. He thought they could have won because you have like Dada and all of that, but we didn't have the quality to win Manning Cup. We have good players, but we didn't have a good team.
This is 2006?
2005. 2005 I'm talking now.
Okay.
Which I told Mr. Forbes that we couldn't win because we didn't have the kind of quality that we need to win. So I asked him to give me 3 years then, to see if I could win, because I couldn't win in the first two. Surprisingly, in '86 now, we went to the Walker Cup finals.
In 2006?
Yes. We lost the Walker Cup final to Elton.
Oh.
Elton beat us with Tremaine Stewart and a couple more good players. They beat us 1-0 at the Stadium East. So we lost the Walker Cup final. And then now in 2007, that was when we won the Manning Cup, the first time that I won it.
Oh, whoa, right, with Dada.
Yeah, 2007.
Okay. So tell us about that season. I mean, these were the same players that you had from the Colts team
From
coming
the
up with
first
the
season, yes. But we were lucky to get some additional players because we got three players from Calabar.
Yes.
Which a lot of people didn't know. But before David passed, he sent those players to JC. He didn't tell me that he sent them. But the people have to know the relationship between me and Wagga.
Somebody was
You
saying
know?
that Shavan Pearty saying that I wasn't there when you won the Manning Cup.
No, Dada wasn't there.
Okay, he wasn't.
Dada last year was 2006. Because even the Manning Cup final, Dada didn't play the Walker Cup final. Dada didn't play the Walker Cup final. He was on duty, national duty. So we played the final without him. But 2007, we got the Calabar boys that Wagga sent to us. And that was when we had a really good team because we lost Mendes, who I believe was probably the best central defender in schoolboy football, Andrew Mendes. He didn't come back to school for some reason, which was really strange. But we luckily got Palmer, Figure.
He's one
Palmer
of the
from
players.
Calabar. Yeah, Calabar, and Grant and the next Palmer. Robert and Ramon Palmer. We got those three who helped us immensely with putting together a really good team.
Yeah, somebody just said it right here. So 2007 JC team had the Palmer boys from the Calabar winning team.
Yeah, year before.
So Calabar won in 2006, right? And then those players moved to JC in 2007 and won JC.
Yes, because Calabar didn't want to take them back, but Wagga didn't want them to go to anybody else. He wanted me to coach them, so he actually encouraged them to come and play with me, which was a blessing in a lot of ways because they brought a lot of quality to the team, not only in playing, but the leadership of Robert Palmer in particular was maybe one of the most outstanding single factor in us winning in 2007.
What about the skill of Ashani Walker?
Well, Ashani was on that team too, but he was like 14 years old.
Oh.
Ashani played with the Palmers, but he was like 14. He was the Colts. He played 1 year Colts and move up. He didn't play more than 1 year in Colts. But let me tell you, I only coach one player with better leadership qualities than Ashani. He's the second best player I coach in terms of leadership. The best player I ever coached is a player by the name of Martin Campbell. The best player I ever coached. And saying this,
at JC, Martin Campbell at JC as well.
Yes, he was the first UNN juvenile captain, and we went to JC and he captained JC in '86. He's probably the best player I ever coached. Apart from here, I coach a player here in Jersey who went on to play for Manchester United, and he was at Manchester United. They got him first, and the last time I know he was at Villarreal. And I'm telling you that even though he went on to play for Man U, he wasn't as good as Martin or Wayne Palmer, any of those players.
Whoa.
I always say that. And he signed with Manchester United for 40 million. And I tell you, he was not as good as Martin, he was not as good as Hassan, and none of them.
Right. So 2007, you won. I mean, 2008, you'd have lost a lot of the players.
Yeah, almost the entire team.
But you had for 3 years, and this was the end of your 3 years as well.
I won in the third year.
Third year. So what did you do in 2008, seeing that your time...
2008, we went back to the final and lost to Georges. But that again was something else because we had two national players in 2008, Adrian Christian and DeAndre Brown, and both of them missed the finals because of cards.
Who and who?
So we played with DeAndre Brown and Adrian Christian. We're two holding midfielder, attacking midfielder and we lost both of them in the final because of red card. Not red card, two in yellow cards.
Oh,
So we played the final.
Somebody's asking if Martin is Rossi, if it's Rossi you're talking.
Rossi, no.
Is that the player who left up for Manchester United and then to Villarreal?
Oh yes, Giuseppe Rossi. Yeah.
Yeah, Giuseppe Rossi. Yeah. Oh, you coached him?
In high school.
Ah. In Jersey.
In New Jersey, yeah. He's okay. Italian, but he's Italian. His parents are Italian, but he's American. But he ended up playing for Italy.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because there was a tussle between the US and Italy where he would play. But because his parents were both Italians, they let him play for Italy.
Okay. So 2008, you were rebuilding, basically, with Asani Walker.
Yes. Yeah, but we were surprised that we make it to the finals, which I didn't even expect to make it to the final. And as we played the final without our two of our best players. And we lost to Georges. I think we lost 2-0 to Georges.
In 2008?
Yeah, 2008. Yes.
Okay. All right. And then 2009, because it's...
2009 was probably my worst year coaching in Jamaica. It was the year when I decided maybe I would leave and come back to Jersey because of so many things that were happening, you know, because I was so disappointed in terms of the administration of the football, the refereeing. A lot of things were just, you know, pressuring, and I was saying I didn't need to be there, basically, you know, but I was there for the boys. Because when I was about to leave after the third year, Mr. Williams, chairman of the school board, Mr. Forbes, and some other old boys asked me if I could sign a contract for 3 years. I said, no, I can't sign any contract. I don't sign contracts. I don't want to be tied into anything. And Asani Walker, Shamal Thomas, Andre Messam, and a few more players came to me and said, Coach, why are you going to leave now when it's our time to play Manning Cup? Why you don't stay and coach us? And I made an agreement with them. I said, if all of you make it to sixth form, I will stay. But if you don't make it to sixth form, I'm leaving. And every one of them went to sixth form and did excellent in sixth form. Andre Messam, for example, who I had to repeat.
That's Gregory Messam's son.
Yeah, I had to repeat him in third form along with Greensword because they weren't doing good academically. And you wouldn't believe that Andre repeated third form and went to fifth form, took 8 subjects and got all 8, 4 1s, 4 2s.
Whoa.
And I said I couldn't leave them by that because they fulfilled their part of the agreement. So I had to stay with mine. And that's the reason why I came back in 2008 or 2009, 8. Yeah. Because I made the agreement with them, so I had to stick with it, you know. Okay. And then now it was a time when the issue with Issa and I.
That's 2009. You said that administrative. What were some of the things that you wanted to be changed administratively, or you weren't satisfied with administratively in 2009?
With Issa, it was the conditions of the field. Because people were saying that I was complaining about refereeing, and it wasn't the refereeing. It wasn't all of that because I know referee will make mistakes. I have people who are refereeing who I actually teach how to referee. At the time, Victor Stewart, who I actually, you know, bring through Michael and show him how to referee. He was one of the better referees, so I understand how refereeing goes. So it wasn't refereeing. It was the disregard and the it's as if coaches and players didn't count with Issa. And I still, right, even now, talking about it, I could get emotional. Because the thing that they were doing to the kids, it actually hurt me to the core because I couldn't have my child and let that happen to them. You know, one game, Andre Messam couldn't lift his left foot. And when we went, Mr. Forbes went on, Dr. McDowell, who was our team doctor, wasn't there. And we went for Dr. Mansingh Akshay. When Akshay came over and looked at Andre, we thought it was a grind problem. It wasn't grind. He was playing too much football in such a short period. So the lactic acid had built up and messed up his entire foot from his groin all the way down to his knee. And we wrote a letter to Issa because Mr. Reed wasn't at school, and I asked Mrs. Price to write a letter to Issa asking them to postpone some of our games. And I was reliably informed that George Forbes took the letter, asked who he's from, and when the lady told him it was JC, he threw it in the trash can. They were playing at Constant Spring, which it rained every single day. And that 2009, we won the Walker Cup. We beat Georges in the Walker Cup. It was the first time we ever won Walker Cup. First time in school history.
In 2009?
2009 was the first time JC had ever won.
Oh, that is the Andre Messam and Ashani Walker team, that the guys who went to sixth form. Yes.
Yes. They won the Walker Cup that year. We had probably one of the worst team we ever had. And that was the same team now that came and won the triple in 2010. Yeah, it was basically the same team. They just move up. But I was suspended by Issa 2009, sorry. But I was reinstated because of some blunder that they made. Even proving my point that they didn't know what they were doing.
So you are suggesting that the players were playing too many games, or was it JC, or was it that JC was playing too many games, or the schools in general were playing too many games?
The schools in general, but JC on a whole, we're playing more games than the other schools because we were the one who went to the Walker Cup final, so we played more games. So all Walker Cup games now were being mixed with the Manning Cup games. So we couldn't recover. We weren't getting recovery periods. So I have to be doing different things like rotating players, playing with weak teams. And after we won the Walker Cup, we just couldn't make it through to the Manning Cup. We didn't have anything left. You know, the boys weren't doing it at all.
Well,
so
I think they're playing more games now, so it hasn't really gotten better because I think they're playing more games.
No, it does get better. But one of the things that happened now, because to be honest with you, I'm more satisfied with Issa now that Mr. Wellington is in charge. Mr. Wellington's a gentleman. The other people weren't. Mr. Messa will listen to people. He will take a suggestion. Because if you look at one thing that Mr. Wellington is doing now, no more games playing at Constant Spring. I used to refer to Constant Spring as George Forbes Oval. Because it's his place. And he would just play the games in no matter regards of what. Now you see Mr. Wellington have a game playing at Sabina Park, Stadium East, and the guys are getting good surface to play on. We were playing 3 Walker Cup games because they played the first round of Walker Cup.
People would say that during that time, Constant Spring was better than Stadium East. But maybe too many games were played over there, over at Constant Spring.
It was the underfoot condition at Constant Spring. If you played 90 minutes, it was like 180 minutes. Because it was always raining. You know, even that Walker Cup final. When we played that World Cup final, the surf was already wet. But you know what I have to do? I have to let Georges play. I had to let Georges play 20 minutes of extra time. So in that game, Georges played the 90 minutes plus the overtime, the penalty shootout, plus the 20 minutes that they were warming up. Because what I did was I keep my players at JC. The game should be started at 3:30, and I didn't go to Constant Spring until 3:25. When I reached there, the referee and everybody were asking me, what happened? And when Bertis Cover asked me, what happened? Why are you late? I said, traffic. It wasn't traffic. I keep the boys at JC. So what I did was let Georges stay on their feet at Constant Spring, warming up on the wet surface, while my boys were in the gym at JC.
Okay.
So they were actually playing on their feet for 20 minutes before I reached down there. So I went there 5 minutes before game time. So we went straight on the field, and that's what we use on beat judges
Okay. And
because
then in two,
Kansas Spring wasn't good.
and then in 2010 you won the triple.
What was the year we won the triple?
Right. And then I
And
think go ahead.
and I said that was the same team from 2009
2009,
basically.
right. I think I mean 2011 wasn't a good year either because you didn't win anything.
No, we went to the semi-final and we lost to Charles Smith.
Right. And then 2012 was when I think you lost that was when you
We
were
lost the
actually
Walker Cup
suspended.
final to Woolmans.
Right. And you got
Yeah, we lost the Walker Cup game to Woolmans.
Woolworth. And there was I think because that was that was when there was suspension. Now they suspended you again.
That was they suspended me again because of and even now a lot of people don't know what happened, why I got suspended, because I wasn't red carded or anything. They didn't red card me or anything.
Are you at liberty to share with the people what happened to clear the record, or if you don't want to, that's fine. But if you want, you can.
No. You see, the thing is, I don't regret anything. I'm not ashamed of anything, because if I had to do it again, maybe I would do it a little bit different. But one thing for sure, I would have caught that referee, because I was totally disrespected. And listen, I'm saying this, and people who know me know how I am. I don't take disrespect. Tell me this because I'm a Marvel attitude, or I'm a jungle attitude, or what, but I don't take disrespect. And I was totally disrespected by the referee assistant. What actually happened? We were on the bench because if you I don't know if you ever watch me coach, I don't get up off my bench. I sit down on my igloo for the entire game most of the time. It has to be completely necessary for me to get up.
Like this.
That's me.
Like this.
Exactly. And I usually sit on the water and the igloo, the cooler, just to keep me cool. I'm calm. And Mr. Delroy Brown, who's my assistant, he does most of the talking. And I don't know what Delroy said. I didn't hear anything from Delroy. And all Delroy is telling the referee that I didn't say to him, because I was at a loss, because I was looking somewhere else. I was looking at the time I was looking at Scott, or Nicholas Scott. He got hurt and he was down at the line because he was playing with a bad tie. So I was watching him to make sure he could continue with the game. I would take him out or whatever. And all of a sudden I hear the referee come and say I must come off the bench or whatever. So I said, why? I asked him why. And he didn't answer me, he didn't respond, he didn't say anything. He just pointed along and said, come out of the... No little boy to talk to me then with it. I don't take that. Because that assistant, my daughter is older than him. My son is older than him. And he can talk to me like that. I don't take that. So I approach him now. And I asked him what he really just do a while ago. And he used him flag and said, come out of the park. Little boy I tell me, big man, to come out of Kansas Spring. And all them things. Him look at it and catch him. And that's the only thing I regret. I don't regret nothing else, because even the meeting that was held, I told my father I'm not going to the meeting because I don't want to sit in the same room as those people. Because listen, I can say it, and I can say it in front of them, I can say it behind them. George Forbes and the man Small. Yes, they're a yellow belly rat. They're rude, they're disrespectful, and they're not more qualified than I. Why would they want to talk to you? They're not more qualified than me. Whatever degree they have, I have it too. I'm more. I've been working with kids. I've been a teacher since 1983. I went to Michael, graduated from Michael, came here and went to Bloomfield College, Seton Hall, and all of those schools. I didn't do my degrees online.
No, but what I'm saying though, but what about the kids though that probably looked up to you and saying
No, that is the next part I can tell you about that. That is the thing that's happening in Jamaica now. That is crippling our society. Because we still maintaining that slavery mentality where we're talking about showing example to kids. That don't work. Because what we are teaching our kids now is we put people in position and then we start worship them. You don't do that. I wouldn't tell my son to do that. You know what I mean? Because we are now telling them that we must worship kids. Kids must look at what kids must do is make sure they fight for truth and justice right here in Newark, in New Jersey. I was teaching in Newark, New Jersey. And the kids from the school went out on the street and protest bitterly and the school board respond to them and give them what they want. So kids have a say in society. They're the ones who are being punished. And when you have people using them, you watch them. I can fight for them. Because I even got into problem with Mr. Reed. Because we went down to Jarrett Park to play. I don't know. I think it was
Mr. Horace Reed, who was at that time
No, man. I'm talking to the principal at JC.
Oh, okay.
We were playing Jonathan Grant in Montego Bay. We took the boys down Thursday, and they were in the hotel right through until they sent us 3 messages. One, they tell us that the game is going to start at 1 o'clock. So I had to change the diet of the boys. We had to feed them something lighter so they could digest, so they could play the game at time, and all type of things. We eventually went to the park. They kept us waiting another half an hour before they start because they were waiting on sponsors to come. The game started. The boys got wet. Sun came out, dried them. And then now, when they want to do the opening parade thing, you know, a parade and thing, or presentation, they want me to send my boys who just play 90 minutes in rain and sun to go back and parade. For who? It wouldn't happen. And I told Mr. Reed that my boy is not coming out there because I am in charge of the boys. No, not him. I am the coach now. The parents are not here. So I am in charge. I'm not sending them out there. The only thing I would do is send the reserves and some other people who didn't change. Well, I would change them and let them go out there and parade. And they're going to tell me that I should send the boys out there. The sponsor lady came and she threw away the water that the boys them could have. Then now when I come to school, the dean of discipline could tell me that I must write a report on the matter. And I tell him, sorry, listen, if my boys them go out there and parade, he's going to coach the team. Not me. Because we have to stand up for our believing. And I think this is what breaking down the whole society in Jamaica. And I'm talking about football now because I tell people, I wouldn't leave my job here in Jersey to come to Jamaica just to coach Manninco. I don't need that. I don't like football more. I don't even like football. So I wouldn't do that. I came to JC and coach because of the kids. And I'm going to defend them. And don't tell me I'm not a good example to the kids because you can ask any one of my players who influenced them the most in terms of discipline and upbringing, right attitude, they ever come across as me. Anybody who keep their kids away from me, it's their bad luck. Because kids can't tell you what they learned from me. When I was at JC, I was there for 7 years. And I got 105 children, boys, into college. 105.
Wow.
I sat down with a JC old boy named Kennedy, the twins, and counted 109 boys. And I'm not talking about girls who got into college. Girls.
Not from JC,
not from JC. Girls from other 6 people on the street, and people would come to me and say, this girl can play. And she played for the team. And I would say, all right, then send the papers, come and I get them in college.
Yes. So, but you also coach, like, one of the things that people always say about JC, right? And you were there at the beginning because after you, I think was when Miguel Coley came in.
Yeah, after me, yeah.
After you. And because and you left like the junior Fleming who was there in your last year.
Yes.
Right. And because that was like
Junior had 2 years. Junior had more than a year when I left there, you know.
Right.
Because
So
Junior played.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Junior started playing. He was starting in the 2010 team, you know.
Okay.
He was 14, but he was starting in the 2010 team. He was a starter. I didn't start him after we played the semi-final against Bridgeport, where we got the red card. Because what happened is we got the 2 red cards in the semi-final against Bridgeport, so we played with 9. And after the game, Junior was a little bit, he was so young till he didn't understand what was going on, and he was really upset by it. And he thought he had let down the team and all that. So I didn't start him again after that. I just started bringing him on because I didn't want to destroy his psychic and all of that. So I didn't play him. I just let him.
How good was Junior Fleming? Because let me tell you why I'm asking this question. I think with the exception of Junior Fleming, how many of those is it JC's fault? Is it the players' fault? Is it the federation fault that the players like the Asani Walkers, all of these names, the Palmers, the where are they now? I think with the exception of Junior Fleming, I can't think of any other name.
I have said it,
or is it that they have gone on to other things and
that's why I'm saying no, because the thing is now different people coach for different things. And I never classify myself as a coach. I am not a coach. I am an educator first. Teaching is my thing. I was born to teach. And education is going to come first for me at all times. I'm biased when it comes to education. Maybe from my father who taught me that education would take us out of the ghetto. And if you notice the boys that I coach, all of them go to college. Everyone. That 2010 team, 15 of them out of the squad went to college. Junior even promised me that he would go to college while he was playing. So I believe that would partially be my fault because of the way I brought them up.
Yeah, because Asani Walker is an example that a lot of people were looking forward to see what he would become.
Well, he played college. He did well in college. He played in college. And that was it. He's living in Florida now. I think he's doing fairly well, but he didn't continue with his football. Both Palmers are still playing at a lower level. They are coaching, and both of them have their own business. So I think they are also doing well. But the thing for me is that I would get them into college because we have a system at JC where I actually get them into their SAT exam. That's one of the first thing they are introduced to SAT exam. By the time you reach 5th form, you must have at least one sitting SAT and so forth and so on. So it could be my fault. I wouldn't say it might not be my fault because truly I saw some players playing for JC after I left. Maybe if I was there, they wouldn't play. Some of them went on to play professionally. But the thing is, my thing is I'm coaching a school team, and the whole thing is education, academic. That don't say you can't play football because I play all of them sports same way. But the thing is with the Jamaican city setup and how it is, most of those players, they go through the JFF, they can't reach, they won't reach nowhere because JFF is like, I hear people call it potty shop, but it's worse than that. Because I wouldn't work with JFF. I wouldn't work with JFF. They couldn't pay me to work with them.
So
because
what if they could pay you?
Pay me? No, I wouldn't go. They can't pay me. That's why I said they can't pay me enough. So I not get work with them. I would never work with JFF. No way at all. Because first of all, if I'm working with a company or anything like that, I have to know who my boss is. I am not going to be led by imbeciles. I must be led by somebody who have knowledge and understanding of what they are doing. And I haven't seen anybody at JFF who understand what they are doing. Not even one.
From when? You're talking from
I think the last good president JFF had, and he's been my friend and all of that, but he wasn't the best either. And it's Tony James.
So that is before Captain Burrell.
Yeah, Captain wasn't all that either. So I wouldn't work with Captain either.
Okay.
I don't work with any. I don't say that them I would work with. I'm not saying that they're not good people, but in terms of football, they don't know what they're doing. And I am not going to go there because if a blind man is leading me, that means that me more than blind. So I'm not going to be led by them.
That SAT investment is a great idea. Brain training, you need to do that at Calabar. You understand? We need to get a Calabar student doing that. Maybe they have it as well. Outer East says, big up Outer East says, we played with Ashani in Boston last year. The man moved the ball like a pure. I don't know what that means. All right. Then Chris Evans said, that is an insult to real potty shops. Then Robert says, I need to link him for my son. Seems like they live close. My son is in Orange, New Jersey, St. Benedict's prep baller.
Yeah, good school.
Yeah?
It's down the street from me. Yeah, down the street from me.
And you don't coach them?
No, you see, I was coaching at West Essex in Cardwell, which is a little way from Orange. And but when I came back, since I came back here in 2012, I have a coach, so I haven't been coaching.
Okay. You have not been coaching. No academies nor anything, because Robert is in New Jersey. He's a KC man, saying that he would love to link you because his son is a very good footballer there. So probably he's thinking about maybe, can connect with you.
No, but the thing is, I'm in Orange Park like every Thursday. If I wasn't here with you, no, I'll be in Orange Park. So I don't know.
Oh, so you're in Orange Park every Thursday?
Every Thursday, because Thursday is off day, so I usually go. But now we're playing cricket, so I would be in Orange Park practicing cricket or thing like that.
Oh, you're playing the league? That Gabby?
No, I used to play in the league. I play in the Jersey Cricket League for many years. I used to captain the East Orange cricket team, but I'm umpiring now. I umpired in the league.
You and Mr. Buckner umpire, Gabby?
Yes, remember, yes.
Okay. Because I had Gabby on, we talked about it.
Yeah, man. We as a matter of fact, some picture I took with him last year, June. He and I was hanging out last year, June. Yeah, umpire league. No, I don't play no more.
All right, I'm going to see if Robert can connect with you to see maybe you can help out his son when you're over in the park.
No, I mean, you could just tell him Orange Park by the cricket field, cricket pitch. I'm there on Thursdays.
All right, so he's there on Thursdays.
Sometimes I umpire there on Sundays. If I'm not umpiring there Sundays, I'm there Thursdays with the practice.
Okay, so there you go, Robert. You hear that? All right. All right. Okay. Oh, you see, Asani play like a pro. Who would be recommended? Who would he work with? Oh, he's asking who would you recommend?
You mean at JFF?
And who would you work with?
Honestly, if Stuart Stevenson had gotten the job, maybe he could talk to me.
Ambassador Stevenson. Okay.
Yes, but if I would have anything to do with the JFF, Christopher Deering would be my president.
Christopher Deering. What about this guy called Chris Williams?
Nah, I teach Chris Williams at JC.
At JC, there you go. He runs the JPL now. That's why I brought
Chris is a good guy, but let me tell you, Christopher Deering is a sportsman at heart.
Then Chris Williams is a big UE baller, play for JC.
Yeah, but and remember, Chris was at Medieval too, so I know Chris good. He's my student, I'm a coach and everything. But Christopher Deering would be my president. And the GenSec for me would be Sinclair.
Sinclair.
Yes.
Which I'm trying to
the one who was the treasurer.
Okay.
He was the treasurer.
Okay.
Yeah. I coach him in California.
Oh.
He and his brother. He and his brother in California. Because they were going to college down there. And their mom used to live down there at the time. So I used to coach them. Those are people who you want in the JFF. People who understand football, know sports, and have a good business mind. Because JFF can't raise no funds. Chris really can raise some funds, because maybe he could get the secretary position. And you have Sinclair as the GenSec and so forth. But those people there, they don't have a clue. Because right now, if you look at the the technical committee at the JFF. It's a waste of time. How can Speed be a chairman of a technical committee because Cavaliers win a league? Or because Cavaliers recruit some good players? That don't make sense. You need somebody with football mind and understand how to develop football. You can't have those people. That is one of the weakest area in JFF always, because the one who they have before, McPherson, it wasn't better than Speed. They were probably the same peas in a pod. They're not no use. So how football can develop?
So how if so somebody says, listen, what then are you going to use to select the person? Because our next person will say, but isn't Mr. Speed one of the persons who have probably produced some of the better youth ballers in the last 5 years in Jamaica?
Nothing like that. Mr. Speed of a man who live in here and then, who go around with a book and a bag and some pencil and paper. And he was exactly. I didn't even want to call him name because I don't call every name in my mouth. And he would go around and say all the good little kids them. Because Union Juvenile used to train by Union. And he would come over there and he would take everybody's name and recruit all of them and carry them to Cavaliers. You don't do anything. You get talent who we can. Some of them, I am surprised, or some of them wouldn't be better players. Because if I was coaching Paris, he would be a much better player. He's one of the best. Yeah, he's one of the better talent I ever seen.
The truth is, though, that Mr. Speed didn't coach Paris a whole, because Paris wasn't.
Exactly.
A lot of people believe Karim Paris wasn't at Cavaliers long. Karim Paris is from St. Anne. He went to Dintle, and then he had a choice. His handlers had a choice. Let me just tell people the story, right? Really and truly, his handlers wanted to bring him to Waterhouse because the person in charge at Dintle at the time was at Waterhouse. His handlers felt like there would have been some challenges when it was time for him to leave, because things were in the pipeline once he was spotted in this thing called the Gautier Cup. That part of the whole arrangement in that cup that they went to was by his handlers. So it was from that time he was spotted. So they felt like it would be easier to move him from Cavaliers overseas when the time came than it would be from Waterhouse. So that is one of the reasons why he ended up at Cavaliers.
But I'm telling you now, you see, if you're a good footballer, you don't have to go to a special club to really get it overseas, because there's so much people out there watching you now that you don't even have to have an agent.
No, man,
because
what I'm saying is, that's why I said that it is a person. It's just like you have your son, and you have an arrangement for your son to go overseas, right? You come to my club, and I say, listen, when your son is leaving, you have to give me $1 million.
Yeah.
All right. The next club said, no, man, let him come and play with us. When he's leaving, I'll let him go free. So that was it. It wasn't like he belonged to those clubs. They were used as transition.
What I'm trying to say is that I'm just giving him as one example. Because when I saw him at like 14 years old, playing down at Duane Park. And the boy was good.
Yeah, it doesn't say he was good
play like a big man. So when Cavaliers against them, this and them do that, they just take some players who are already good. And if you notice, after they reach a certain age, they can't move up to the next level because they don't get the requisites. They don't provide them the requisition with a need to move on to the next level. They're not going up. They're not playing. So you can't even say do a technically good job with a player when you can't move him from Premier League in Jamaica to play for Manchester United.
Yeah,
still don't make it yet.
Yeah, what I say though is that, listen, at the end of the day, like but let me just take these comments. So Desmond, he's talking about, Robert is saying he's talking about on the college scene, but I guess he will see it though. But big up Desmond Breckenridge on the live, former Waterhouse and national player. Yeah, man, Desmond Breckenridge. He also played out by Reno. You know.
The same Breaker was there, you know. He was there going school down the street from me too, right across from St. Benedict. Yeah, man, Breaker. Yeah, him and the guy named Palmer, who used to play for Tivoli. When again, Shelley, yeah. They were going to Essex County down here, man. Same school that Allender Brown and
Yeah.
Those from JC.
Desmond Breckenridge, good centre back, man.
I
Very
know Breaker
intelligent,
from.
smart.
I know him from. I know his father from St. Thomas.
Right, St. Thomas
Livingston,
East.
Beckford. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Good footballer. Bless up, bless up. Yeah, man. Per coach Henry, Chris Henry to Chris Williams. All right. And you were talking about Gary Sinclair earlier.
Gary Sinclair, yes, and his brother. Yeah. Gary Sinclair. He could be a good Gensec in the federation.
Yeah.
That is my boy.
Okay. But I mean, what do you think about coaches in Jamaica now preparing the young talents? I mean, what do you think about the
You know, to be honest with you, coaching in Jamaica right now, I think they're putting out a good group of coaches in terms of the youth level. But where I'm talking, where we fall off is at the Premier League level, where you want to take them from the Premier League to international contract and all of that.
Okay.
Because we don't have that. Because if you notice, this coach in Jamaica, the same set, it's about 20 coaches going around and around a circle. The team recycling them, you see them coming back, the same people then. You know? It also not really good because people like Tigat, I think, have it to a certain point. But in terms of the international part of it, they don't have it. So they need to go international, understand how to take the players to the next step. Like, for example, Bullet now. Bullet and I don't get along from high school. From he was at JC, because I was the assistant coach when Bullet.
When he was there, yes.
Yeah, when he was there.
People Bullet because somebody asked a question about him. So seeing that you do that, go ahead. Yeah, talk about that.
Yes. He doing the right things in terms of getting the players out there.
Yeah.
And he's the only one in Jamaica doing it right now. And as I said, me and Craig been friends from he was a student of mine, and so on and so forth. But he has other weaknesses, you know what I mean? And I don't want to go into his personal business and so on. But he's the only one who I'm seeing getting players out there to be seen internationally. Everybody's staying in Jamaica. You have one man move from Boys Town to that team. The coach is not going nowhere.
All right, so let me help you out on that, because the person, for example, it is the same person who brought Kaim Paris overseas, that brought Shamar Nicholson overseas, that has brought Ronaldo Biggs overseas, that has brought Peter McGregor overseas, and he's a Jamaican.
Those are like agents? Those are like the agents.
Well, he's a former Woolmerian. Let me put it that way.
I'm not talking about the agents and so on. I'm talking about the coaching level.
Okay.
Because he's to me very good young coach, because and one thing I must even mention now is that what I see now is JFF getting some ladies involved, and I like that.
Okay.
And so on. So I won't knock a coach in Jamaica. To be honest, I can't knock a Jamaican coach. They're working what they have. And I must applaud them for what they're doing.
The JFF getting better then, man.
I don't think it's JFF, it's more GC Foster,
Because no, but it's not GC Foster, it's JFF putting out the coach.
I can get a joke. I must get a joke.
But you can't, no, what I'll say though, sorry there, coach, what I say is that we have to give credit where credit is due. If more coaches are coming out and they are training the coaches, we may not like everything, but you have to give them credit for that.
No, listen, Captain Burrell started that coaching thing with a guy from up UTech as a money-making venture. Yeah?
Yeah.
And most of the people who do the courses, they don't know about coaching. But the GC Foster group, those are the ones who are making it. The Meron, Garden, and them people. GC Foster, most of them going on. If you check it out, And Meron, working with people like the one who did the under 17 girls the other day, Chambers, Dean
Chambers, yeah.
But those are people
guys, right, but all of those guys though, the Meron Garden, those guys are in the position that they are because I had a very interesting discussion, right, on my platform recently with a person who went to GC Foster and did something, and then he did the level D of the JFF. And he was knocking, if the person's in the comment section, remember, he said he spent over $400,000 at GC Foster. And as far as he's concerned, it was a waste of his time. Because what he did in the JFF D license course.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me? It cost him $30,000, and he has received his D license. So why did he have to go and spend $400,000? And he was making that point at GC Foster, and it
Yeah,
is
but because what happened now? You see, because you know, at one point the ISA people them told me that my coaching qualification wasn't up to standard to coach Manning Cup, which was a joke. And I realized it was a money making thing. I said, I'm not doing it. Before I do it, I would come back to Jersey and coach.
What level of coaching
And
qualification you have now?
me, I have a
Yeah.
Dutch badge. I don't do any course anyways, because I am a Dutch coach. And as I said, the thing is, what a lot of people go wrong with is that they're taking the certificate and said if you are certified or you have a coaching, like you're a good coach. No, because I can tell you a story now. There was a particular coach who was coaching Manning Cup over by Spanish Town Prison, and we went over there to play them. And when I went there,
No, you mean he was coaching a team that was playing at
he was
Spanish Town
coaching a Manning Cup team, and we were going to play against them. And when I went there, the sun was hot. Because you know, President Oval is one of the hottest places in Jamaica. And
really? I didn't know
I
that.
see, yes, Spanish Town, Prison Oval, Sedwin Park, Montego Bay. Those are some of the hottest ground. There you go. You go there, you have to watch. And I see this man have the boys them jumping over cone and doing a one whole for exercising them. Because what? He went to the JFF course. They teach him all of these things and he want to use them. So it's like giving a child a knife. It's now knife is a useful thing, but when you give it to a child, it becomes a very dangerous weapon. And that's what's happening at the JFF courses. You go there and they teach you something, but they don't teach you how to use it. The psychology part of it, they don't know it. Because what I did when I go there that day, you know, I drive up in a JC bus. And when I see what was happening, I told my boys to come out of the bus and find the nearest shade tree and go and rest. Because when we go out on the field, I changed my game plan to see him right there in him. Because of what I see happening. And I changed the game plan and tell him to listen. You know what we're going to do? We're going to play it wide out. We're going to use the whole width of the field. I'm going to smoke stamp and run it down. Because the team, by halftime, they're supposed to play about 90 minutes. Because they make them warm up in the sun. I didn't tell my boys to warm up. We didn't warm up. Basically, you know, we just stretch and do some things, go out there, feel the field. So while they were tired, so it's just, they don't teach them the right things when they go to the course. As I told you, the JFF side should do part of their course, the nutrition part, because my qualification didn't have any nutrition thing. So I went to the courses. I went there with, and when I went there, it didn't make sense.
All right, but what I'm saying is that, so this is where, so you and I agree on certain things where this is concerned. Let me tell you what we're agreeing. Like I have said to them, listen, the amount of things that I've done overseas in terms of coaching and some of the things that I share with people about coaching the game. Like I feel like if I did the course, it's things that I already know. Why am I going to do it? Shouldn't you then say, look at what I've done and say, all right, you didn't do these courses, so do this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I do agree that, because if you're going to, everything you're going to do, you have to be certified in it. You can't practice medicine without being certified. You can't practice law without being certified. You can't drive a vehicle without a license. You can't operate as a barber legally without having right. So if you're going to be a coach, you need to get certified.
I agree that you have to get certified. But what I'm saying is that
it don't mean that the highest certificate is the best coach.
But that's what's happening. That is what is happening. That's what is happening, because they're giving these people some paper saying that they are coaches, but when they go, they can't do the job.
Yeah. So
that's what's happening.
So get certified, but getting certified don't mean you can, because coaching is not just knowing the stuff, is getting the people that you're coaching to know the stuff so they can do it.
It's just like experience. Experience is not length of services, knowledge gain. So if you don't gain anything, you can't go there and coach. There was some result. I'm seeing people now getting national team to coach who never win a corner league. So all you know can win.
No,
these are things you have to look at. Because
but
I was so happy the other day.
all of the coaches in the national setup have one man.
Well, I wouldn't say it to them because let me tell you something. When Royal Dad was really running at Cayman's Park, they never need Fana Griffiths and Jarvis Song for ride them in them that run and win, same win. Anybody ride them in them. So some of them people used to get them team there and see them win. They don't win nothing because they're not developed by them going and collect some players and win. If they don't have no material, them can't make nothing.
That's dangerous grounds you're going and doing. I'm going to tell you why. Because, no man, you know why I'm saying that? Because a lot of people will say, after you left JC, that's what JC was.
Because one of the things at JC is that, I don't recruit. You know that. I don't recruit players. I never done it.
Except the 3 players from Calabar.
No. I didn't recruit them. As I told you, I sent them to JC.
You as a coach don't recruit, but the school recruits.
No, I don't recruit. I don't go out and recruit. I never ask a boy to come JC or any team that I coach. 2 players I brought to JC in my entire time at JC since 1985 to 2012. I brought 2 players to JC. DeAndre Brown and Kevin Reeves or something like that. I can remember his name.
Kevin
Reeves. No man, Reeves, but them call him Bounty.
Okay.
The thing is, Bounty mother was my classmate at Marvel School, and she asked me if I can get the boy in the school. And DeAndre Brown, his father, Ralph, was my classmate at Marvel School also. And I took those 2 to JC. I never take another player. Nobody can tell you that. I come to the house, I come to the school, I see him on the street, I ask him to go to JC. I don't believe in recruiting. If a child wants to come to school, for example, Nikas Collins. And if you know Nikas Collins, he was one who came from Tivoli. I took Nikas Collins into JC, not because he could play football. Nikas Collins went to Tivoli and graduated with 10 CXC subjects. Tivoli don't have a 6th form at the time. And I took him at JC. And if you find out what Nikas is doing now, you'll be amazed. He just graduated with his 2nd master's last week from Tivoli. So these are people who I will take into school. I'm not going to take anybody because they play football. And if you notice, after I left JC, people just coming in left, right, and center. JC didn't need nobody to coach them after I left there. The program was built and put down, as I said, Royal Dad. Anybody could go on him and ride and win. So anybody coach JC after me could win easily, especially when you have a recruit. And I'm not saying it, and I could say it anywhere at all. I could put up a billboard and write to make everybody see it because I know what I'm speaking. When I leave JC, we have the best set of 16-year-olds in the entire Jamaica. Alanda Brown. Just go on and on.
Tariq McGee was there. Sigrid.
McGee was he came in. Listen to me now. McGee was at JC when I was there. Sigrid was one of my boys.
Donovan Sigrid, yeah man. Listen, people.
He was one of my boys. But McGee was at JC while I was there, McGee was at JC while I was there, but I didn't know him. I never seen him, and he was at school. Because the old boys went and got him and bring him through the back door. I didn't know him. And that's how most of the boys came to JC. I don't know them. I just see them when training started. Whenever training is called, you see them turn up.
Okay.
I don't know them because I don't recruit. I don't know them. Bring them to
me. Yeah, you had Alanda Brown, Donovan Sigrid.
Yeah, and McCoy.
Yeah, McCoy. Yeah.
All of those, the entire team. Corey Edmond, which I believe if I was coaching JC when Corey playing, Corey wouldn't play center forward because Corey's not a center forward. I was bringing Corey to replace Messam at left back. And if Corey had played left back, he would be in football today. Because he was one of the best left back in the school, entire school. But because he wanted to play center forward, they play him as center forward. You don't do that with my team. You play where you support the team best.
Okay.
I don't recruit because I recruit. But in the first round.
I will say this to people. Listen, let me say this, people. I watched Donovan Sigrid, right? I know injuries has messed him up, but Donovan Sigree is one of the best left-footed player in the Premier League,
Agree.
even right now.
I agree. But I
He's
don't
at
see him playing
Mount,
Premier
he's
League.
at
I
Mount
don't see him
Pleasant.
playing
He
Premier
play,
League. But I'm
huh?
telling you, that boy know football.
Yeah, no man, very intelligent player, calm,
I'm telling you.
composed, ability to. I mean, he
And
plays for Mount
not
Pleasant.
only, you see, people who don't know Donovan Sigree personally, there's more to him than just football.
Yeah, man.
He's a little
Listen,
boy who he grew up with his mom, and he has
very
a heart.
respectful,
You
very
know,
pleasant.
one thing
Yeah.
that made me Sigree mom gave him money one day to go and get a boots. And he came to me and said, Coach, I have money to go and buy a boots, but I can't go on the street and I can't leave at the school compound and go and come back. So he came to me and said, no, you're not going on the street to buy no boots. I give you a boots, and I gave him a boots to train the evening, and if he wanted, he could keep it. I know the next day, Donovan came back with the boots and said, Coach, I went and got my boots, but can I give next player the one that you gave me? How much players at that age can look out for him like a veteran and give him a boost like that?
Yeah.
The boy
Very
that
good.
JC
Listen,
know the one people
I
are 6
interact.
foot.
Listen, I
He's a team
interact with
person.
him. Yeah, man, I interact with him. He's a very, like, he to me, it's a surprise, like, with his attitude and his level of skill and ability, how he hasn't
There's a
got
surprise
for
to
it.
me too, honestly.
Yeah.
I agree
But
with you.
yeah.
And I'm telling you, I give all credits to his mom who raised him very well. You know, it's somebody I know through football. She would come at JC and follow behind him a lot. And by observation, excellent.
Yeah.
I
But
haven't seen him in a while, but
who are some of the coaches, probably 5 of the coaches in Jamaica that you think are good coaches and they do good job, like in Jamaica, like I said. Yeah, man, there are some.
honestly, I don't want to call names because I have some really good friends who coach. But
Oh,
when you look at some upcoming coaches, some of them I don't even know them. One of my
okay.
favorite young coach right now is Fuzzy from Waterhouse.
Yeah, Marcel Gale, yes. Yeah.
Fuzzy, excellent. Work hard. I know him from his style. We look at kids them over by Waterhouse and all of that. And I don't even know because honestly, I hardly watch Premier League, at Jamaica, because when my nephews play, I would go and watch them. And Bigger was the last one who played Premier League at Harborview.
Yes.
I have some other nephews who play, and I have 2 nephews who play for Cavaliers. And Speed don't even know that it's their my name. Because everybody know I don't like Speed. And yet still, I don't stop my nephew them from playing with them. I could tell
But,
my nephew don't play with them, they wouldn't play. But I don't want to direct them where to play.
they used to play for Cavaliers or they play for Cavaliers?
I don't even know, but one of them, his name is, he's the only one who have mine Henry name who play for Cavaliers. We call him Swanger. Play center off and play for Waterhouse sometime. Dreadlocks, tall and clear.
Or maybe he doesn't.
And
He
the other,
doesn't know. He's not at
I don't
Cavaliers
think he's
anymore.
playing now.
Maybe he used to play
No,
at
he's not on
Cavaliers.
TV.
He
Yeah, and
probably
he was
finished.
at Waterhouse. He's from
Probably
Waterhouse though.
Oh, probably finished playing football now, man.
No, he's still playing, but I don't think he's at Cavaliers. And the other one was Taj. He's not at Humberline. We call him Taj. He's a and Speed don't know that I even related to them. Because Speed the one of the worst disrespectful thing in with Alanda Brown. And I don't even talk to him. I don't even want to see him.
Okay,
So
all
if
right.
my Speed want to play them play.
I'm not going to entertain that. Not going to entertain that fight, Okay, but listen. Hey, this is a great conversation. I learned a lot. You understand me? I really learned a lot from your own experience and knowing some of the persons. I always heard about that you and then Juvenile, but it is good, to know who is the originator of it. Bradley Stewart mentioned some of the things that you mentioned in his interview, so it's good to kind of hear it from you firsthand. And many players. I mean, a lot of players says, "Yep, man, when are you going to get Alfred Ernie? When are you going to get Alfred Ernie? When are you going to get Alfred Ernie?" Finally, you and I were able to connect, and it is such a good thing having you on, with all that you have accomplished
Yeah,
in the school.
And sooner or later, because as I say, as I left Jamaica in 2012, I haven't coached. I've been back there almost every year. I'll be coming back pretty soon, and I will be back in football, but not as a coach. But I'll be back in football because I'm really disappointed with what's going on in football. And if we had better people at JFF, I would be actively involved in Jamaican football. But right now, I'm directed towards Meadowbrook, and I'm definitely going back to Meadowbrook and try to improve the football there, the cricket, and everything at Meadowbrook.
Awesome.
But
Going back to your alma mater. Yes, yes.
yes, definitely.
Somebody's
I owe
asking
it
what
to them,
Bertie. Somebody's asking what to Bertie.
Bertie.
Yeah.
The only Bertie I know is from Marvel, Jackie Youngson, Roberta Brown. I think it's him talking. Roberta
Okay.
Brown.
He
Yeah,
was at
he's a
JC too?
Kirkwood Brown son. No, he played at Meadowbrook.
Okay.
He played at Meadowbrook with Warlord and
Oh, with
them.
Jingo. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Jingle.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, so and again, Marvel community, you know, I really
Oh,
owe them.
he's saying Alanda
So,
Brown. Maybe they used to call Alanda Brown Bertie.
oh, he's here in Jersey.
Okay.
Alanda's here with my man.
He's here with you. Awesome.
Yeah, man.
Listen,
And there's one card from me.
how often they talk to Junior Fleming? How is he doing, man, in France?
I talk to Julia like every day, you know. But
Okay.
not more than coach, you all right, and how you doing and all that. I supposed to call him on the weekend too. Because we need to
All
talk
right,
about some
him up
things.
because the fans gave him a warm time in the Reggae Boys team, you know.
Yeah. But Junior been facing it still, and I think he also lost a Junior still. Because he's a fighter, you know.
Yeah.
He's a fighter, and don't give up.
That I know.
Right.
That I know that, you know, he
Yeah. So I don't think
yeah.
it's the last time. He'll be back and he'll be doing good sooner or later.
Yeah.
But the thing is, no, I given Junior a little leeway, let him start out thing for himself. But he'll be all right.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so coach, I don't know if there's anything else you want to say because it is 2 hours, but it was so good having you. I want to thank you for your time. I know you came in from work and you jump onto this, so you need to get some good rest so you can run out tomorrow again.
The
And
9
do
to
at
5,
least,
you know?
yeah, to the 95,
Yeah.
so you can save up all that money to come and resuscitate the Meadowbrook program. Maybe Tony
Yes,
Reynolds can come
Meadowbrook.
and join you down there. And
I would love that.
and the Bats and Trevor Lamb and all of them guys that can go back.
Yeah, we're putting together a good little team, but what we need to get the funds first, and then Marvel community. I don't leave one out. You know, I've been Marvel too.
All right.
So I'll be around.
So, do
another
they
year
call
or
it
two.
Freddie Hitchcock?
Yeah, man, that's Freddie Hitchcock. Me see him, man.
So how did that name come about?
Alfred Hitchcock, the movie.
Oh, it's a movie.
Yeah. So if anybody call me Hitchcock, they know me from Meadowbrook. Because that's where I play Manning Cup.
Okay, see, that's a Meadowbrook name. Okay.
Yeah, Meadowbrook.
All right. Yeah, man. All right, coach. Bless up. We'll be in touch.
Yeah, man, all right.
Understand
It's a pleasure being here with you, and you know,
man. Anytime
keep doing your thing.
Listen, anytime we're talking about football, you know the number. You just say, man, let me come on and come. You understand me? You know, we always.
Yeah, man. And you have my number. You can take me anytime. No problem.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Take care, man.
Yeah, man. Blessings, coach.
All right.
All right, people. What can we say? Yes, that is Coach Alfred Henry for you. I mean, he's always being like that. He expresses himself. And if you're offended, you're offended. But he's going to speak his mind. You understand me? If he doesn't like you, he will tell you in front of your face and he will say it publicly. That's just his style. You understand me? But he's the one, people. And he always says this. When he went to JC, 9 people in the football program. And he took that program and resuscitated it, set out a brand new thing, and then Miguel Coley came and built on that years of success. You understand? Like I said, that he's if you're from the JFF, yeah, well, it's the man's opinion. Don't get offended. He's not afraid to call name. Make sure that you don't have a book and a bag going around to the people in the football field. Take it, people. So yeah, but thank you so much for joining us. Eagle Republic just jumping into the building. Just general information. Chile filed paperwork with FIFA to get Ecuador kicked out of the World Cup for feeling an alleged player. The alleged player is allegedly Colombian. Wow! Can you imagine? Jamaica need to file an appeal, but we will go through because a Panama will get through still. File appeal because yes, us Corona came and play, and we were in the midst of a pandemic. But wow, that is interesting. Listen. I think that would be hard to change. I just feel like there are certain things that FIFA, though, once it's gone, I've rarely seen FIFA go back and change certain things. Maybe club football, but international football, rarely do I see people go back and change things. So let's see what will happen. But thanks for the info, Eagle Republic. Listen, Eagle Republic, you need to stop calling yourself Eagle Republic, you know. You see the birds? It's eagles, man. Fly high. Top class information you always provide. Eagle. You understand me? Bless up yourself. Appreciate that. All right. Big up Norton, Morris, Toki, True Blue. Bless up. Yeah, man. Yes, he says at JC he was very outspoken. I tell you, he was even against the principal, Mr. Reed. He's not afraid to speak. IT Push said that coach created the JC football program. You say, look at the bird. No, we don't call them birds anymore. Brain drain. They are eagles. They fly high. You understand me? You know, they don't fly. They soar. They are carried by the wind. You understand me? You know, fast speed. Eagles. That's what they are. People, thank you so much. We have our breaking news show that should be coming up with Javan Parchment later tonight. That will be the final one. Man is man. Again, thank you for being here with me. It was my pleasure having you. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Watch some basketball. We have a basketball watch along coming up for you, all you basketball fans. So be blessed until we meet again.
Yo, watch about dog, SK New heard this. The body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Ocherville, Galtigo Bay. Everywhere. I Am Sure Sports. Check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like? Ha! Yeah, someone on for the food from young, from where they knee height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.